Another week in the NFL, the Chargers might be climbing, the Eagles are flying again, and Chris, we definitely need to talk about those picks. So let's break it down in today's episode.
All right, so yeah, it's been a crazy week in the NFL. I mean, blocked field goals galore. The Saints looking like somebody tweeted that this looks like his dad's Saints at this point. The Carolina Panthers 30-0 versus a division rival. Very, it's been good. Went 3-1 in all my fantasy leagues. Beat the Pick'em Pros princess here, Brianna. Yeah. Well, she's happy because at least the Lions won. So, I know that she's
Yeah,
in a better mood because of that. How have you
exactly.
been, Derek? How did you see? What did you enjoy most about this crazy weekend?
Man, I hadn't even thought about that. A lot of fun. Probably that Lions Ravens game.
Yes.
That was very entertaining. Great. Happy to see, Detroit, almost hometown. Mom is from there. Spent a lot of summers in Detroit. Love Detroit. Got the Detroit fam. So it's always good to see them. Happy that they are bouncing back. So that was probably the highlight, seeing Detroit do their thing.
The coolest stat about
Oh, sorry. I have to agree.
also the coolest stat to me about the Detroit Lions run is that they're 12-2 in primetime games. Like that. Now again, as a person who's I'm knowing what Detroit sports was before Dan Campbell got there, and even the Pistons even having a great year last year, like Dan Campbell, man, what a coach. So we'll get to that later. But I'm very, yeah, that's one of the coolest stats. So I was like, dang, I didn't, because I even know Detroit played that many primetime games to begin with, and I'm like, oh wait, like this real now. This
Yeah,
real.
real.
Yep, it's
Real.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, how do you guys feel about the Chargers showing out? Are you guys buying it?
Whew. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm.
They're 3-0 in the division, so this is like a sizable lead that like you win like what 2 or more, and then you get the tie. You win at least 2 more of these games to get the tiebreakers. I think, yeah. And again, it is the Chargers though. But the weird thing about every single one of the games where it's like, oh, the Chargers are gonna mess it up, is close. Like you see the interception with the on the tip, and it's like I don't know what's gonna happen. But then Justin Herbert, he's not my MVP pick, but he is an MVP candidate. So y'all don't say I'm wishy-washy, but he definitely is strongly in that MVP candidacy. I mean, that throw he made to Keenan Allen, that was ridiculous. Because just in the biggest moment of the game, you see Nick Munoz bearing down on him, and he just sidearms it around him, and then Keenan Allen just makes a perfect catch. The defense consistently showing up. Now, the thing is with the Broncos, there was a lot of deep passes missed. Like, I don't know what Bo Nix was – he was just putting too much on it. He got too excited when he saw them open. I don't know what happened. But, yeah, I think through it all, though, in the most Chargers-like games where it seems like they're going to lose, they've seemed to just come through. And they still have – they're up 3 wins in the division at this point. So who's to say that they won't be one of the better teams in the AFC? I still think the Bills will be better, but I'm not going to lie. I would say that they're definitely the second best team in the AFC.
Okay.
Yeah, but I remember a couple weeks ago, what was the name? What was the theme of the first episode, Bree?
Still stay on that side, yes.
You
Yeah,
remind
staying
me?
on that side. Yep, staying on that
Yeah,
side.
stay on that side. Bree, do you
remember?
remember? Did we talk about the Chargers in that first episode? Do you remember, Bree? Okay.
Pretty sure. We talked about it a lot.
Yeah. Did somebody say they were gonna be bad this year? Did they say that?
Yeah, I think it's ringing a bell.
Yeah, I think it's ringing a bell. I think it's ringing a bell.
No, I'll eat that. We're good. Listen, this whole season's about me getting proven wrong, baby. The first season, all my takes are just getting thrown out the window. It's absolutely great. Oh, all right.
Hey, but you know what? But in fairness, I said Herbert would be bad this year, and that they actually may be considering another quarterback. So I did say that in the same episode too. So I'll jump in there with you. I'll put myself on Front Street for that. But just like me in fantasy football, wake me when the playoffs come. So, Chargers can do. I don't care if the Chargers go 17-0. I'm not impressed until the playoffs because the way I've seen them perform then, I'm gonna need to see him win the playoff game. Now he does that, okay. Then you've got my attention. But if I were to waver from my MVP pick like somebody else that I know, I probably would have picked Herbert. Instead of like if I had the luxury of having the first few weeks of information, I probably would have gone Herbert. You know what I'm saying? If I were to do that, I think somebody did that. But you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
but
first few weeks of information about MVP candidate like tearing his toe. Like, what do you want me to do with that, man? Like, I didn't have an option. Like, I would have still stuck with Joe Burrow. But again, the turf toe. I can't do nothing about that, guys.
Okay, that's true. That's true. But if I'm making a ranking right now, Herbert's probably in the lead right now. It's going to be fluid, of course. Once Lamar Jackson continues to do his thing, we know he'll win it. But as of right now, if there was an early crazy ranking, Herbert would probably be number one right now. So he's doing his thing. But wait me when the playoffs come.
Right.
What about you, Bree?
I always thought he was a good quarterback. I just think like the team itself never could highlight that. So I'm glad to see this season that he's actually proving that he is good, which I like to see because I think he's a great quarterback. So I wish he was on the Cardinals. Just kidding.
Gosh, man, Kyler
gets whacked so bad on this show. It's not good. It's not good.
Bree, just don't know the gym you have. Kyler, he's
guys, 7 years? Are you kidding me?
He's lost one. He possibly lost one playoff game. No, one high school game ever in the state of Texas.
Well, he lost one high school game. Arizona playoffs once and lost.
Yeah, but they got trash around them. They don't have nobody. Give
At least we're 2-1, I guess. At least we're 2-1.
Oh, yes, you're 2-1. Yes, that's
pretty good.
With nothing.
Should have been 3-0 after that game. Oh my gosh, winning by a field goal for the 49ers. I was like,
that's rough. That's rough.
Yeah.
But Jim Harbaugh, to go back to the Chargers though, Jim Harbaugh is doing his thing. So every coaching stop is just undeniable. In college, won the title, of course, in Michigan. We know what all happened there. But before that, Stanford. And, the other stops, it's been great. When he had the 49ers before, nobody could get the 49ers on track. They tried everybody. They had Mike Singletary. They had everybody. And Harbaugh was the only person that could turn it around and finally get them on track. And then they've been good ever since. But he was the one to get them back on track. And now instantly, it's got the Chargers, had them in the playoffs last year. Now they look unbeatable, almost. So, yeah, Jim Harbaugh, man, is doing his thing. He's definitely got the
great coach. But side note question: well, how do you feel about him saying that Derwin James is the best safety he's ever seen? I was like in the history of him seeing football, you lie, but you like your players. You lying, man. Like you saw Ed Reed and Troy Romo.
Yeah,
and that's even older. Like you saw Ronnie Lott, dude. Like there's so many people that you've seen. Like
there's probably like a paid ad.
Like you. That was crazy. I was like,
that was just Jim Harbaugh being Jim Harbaugh. That's all that was.
Shoot, let my coach believe enough in me. Like, that's cool. That shows how much he cares about his players. But you were wild about that one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
For sure.
Chris, we gotta talk, okay?
Oh Lord.
You know what's coming.
Yeah.
Another bad week of picks for Chris over here. Care to share?
Okay. Did anybody now? I should have remembered the fact that Chicago absolutely hates Matt Eberflus. That's what I forgot. So, Ben Johnson, the one game that shows that my Caleb Williams take is actually true, happened to be after I said that the Cowboys could go to the playoffs. So, yeah, that defense is horrible. I don't know. Guys, I don't know. Trevon Diggs is just out here, just I don't know. He just hit the stake. Like I don't know what's going on. Like the defense is it's just bad. It's all bad. CD's hurt now because they try to make him a running back. It's so bad right now. Yeah. Morale is very low right now, and it's really bad right now. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's just
Yeah, it's bad. Tried to tell you last week. I believe you said the Commanders were going to miss the playoffs, and here they are looking great without Jaden Daniels. So I bet
Raiders,
man, I will bet anything that Jaden is back next week. He's gonna be back. Quickness, just like Brock Purdy. I'm sure he's gonna be back very soon.
Hold on, my leg. It's good. It's good. Wait, but I think that it is funny seeing how good Marcus was for real. Like that was really. I'm glad for that moment for him because of all of his stops. Him being the guy in the Titans, then him that whole weird stint in Atlanta, all that stuff was good. For him to have that moment of him like really shining and looking like this week was a testament to like who are like really quality backups and who are guys who are just like Jake Browning. I don't know what you were doing out there, man. Yeah. I personally have beef with you because of what you did with Jamar Chase and how you ruined fantasy for me. Like Jake Browning, just yeah. Shout out Carson Wentz though, and Marcus Mariota and Mac Jones. Well, not Mac Jones, sorry. But yeah, shout out to them. It's just the backup quarterbacks have been doing good. But yeah, Dallas. Back to Dallas. I don't know what you do. You lost your number one wide receiver, so you just got George Pickens and Kevontae Turpin. You don't run the ball consistently, and your defense sucks. So it's all bad. So we'll see what happens. But another like that tweet that take aged so bad so quickly. Like I was very surprised. I thought I had time, but no. Caleb's throwing like a flea flicker, 62 yards, just effortlessly. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I guess. It's bad. How do you feel about Dallas, Derek?
The Dallas Cowboys made Russ look like old Seattle Russ. And it shows how bad the Cowboys defense is because now Russ is benched. Just one game later, he looked like Hall of Fame player, and now he's benched. So that's how Dallas did. And then they made Caleb look great. I'm not sure who the Bears play this week, so we'll have to check that. But I'll be very curious to see how Caleb plays this week if he plays any type of halfway decent defense. Plays against any type of halfway decent defense. So that'll be very interesting to see. But yeah, it's bad in Dallas, man. They might have to because CD's going to be out, probably 3 to 4 weeks. I mean, that's clearly a high ankle sprain. So that he's going to be out for a while. They may have to make a trade or something and get somebody in there because it's going to get very ugly. I can see the crowd booing this upcoming Sunday, which would be bad. It's gonna be bad. The Cowboys are going to get blown out.
They play Green Bay.
They play Green Bay. It's in Dallas, which makes it worse. It'd be better if it were in Green Bay. So this is gonna be bad. They at least lose by 20. At least like that'll be good if they just lose by 20.
That would be like a good score.
Yeah. I'm on Uncle's house this week. I forgot that they play. Oh man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, that's gonna get real rough for them because that's gonna get real rough.
25 Eastern slot, I believe. Yeah, it's gonna be bad.
No, it's the Sunday night game.
Oh, it's the Sunday night. It is.
So this, they have the summer game.
That's even worse.
It's
even worse.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Dallas. I kind of put that curse upon you. That's my fault, y'all. That's my fault. I'll take that one.
I tried to save you because I was.
You did. I was listen. The way Dak played in the offense, I was like, Eberflus will figure it out. And then I remembered why his team went 5-12 for a reason.
I was like, hey, dude, I got a shirt that says I speak fluent cowboy. Like, yo, I'm down with the Cowboys, but yo, that was
was like, Chris, I've seen this movie before. Just like, no, they'll be fine.
Right.
Then I remember, oh wait, this is the coach who lost a Hail Mary. Like,
yeah, man, yeah. Now, kind of on the topic a little bit, but Cliff Kingsbury. So I just wanted to touch on that because I made a note about him as far as with the Commanders and whatnot, just to touch on that before we go to the Lions. So, man, Kingsbury as an offensive coordinator. So we saw him as a coach in Arizona. Bree can speak to that. But man, as offensive coordinator doing his thing, and again, you plug in Mariota, they didn't miss a beat. Now again, Raiders, okay, but they look like an entirely different offense. So I'm curious to see if he'll be a coaching candidate at some point soon, or if he'll just remain as an OC.
I mean, with most teams, I definitely feel like, well, with the 0-3 teams, it definitely feels like the Giants are rolling out Jackson Dart because Daboll's like, my job's on the line. You feel me? So I have no idea what's going to happen with him and Cliff. So I would say, if I'm being honest personally, I think that Kingsbury going to the Giants with the Jackson Dart would be good. But I don't know. And plus the division thing, that would also be pretty cool. But I do think that Dable, I'm sorry, I would just say this about Brian Dable. It's fake. Your coaching resume is fake. Josh Allen carried you. I'm so sorry. Like the fact that Russell Wilson looked like a Hall of Famer the week before, and you saw how the Chiefs defense was playing. You couldn't come up with any play calls to stop. You were just like, oh, we're just gonna run the ball, and then we're just gonna throw it to Cam Scottaboo. That was it. That was your entire game plan. And now you're like, oh, I got to bring Jackson Dart or else I'm going to lose your job. Everybody's like, well, he needed to have the quarterback. Daniel Jones now looks like an MVP candidate. Like, what type of coaching were you doing where everybody's like, oh, it's bad. Oh, like Dable, like he's like the offensive wonder kid. He's the reason why Josh Allen developed. That can be true. As a head coach, though, why does Daniel Jones look like a completely different player?
He does.
And why does Russell Wilson all of a sudden not – he does like that's a crazy shit from week to week. So I'm sorry, Dable. I want Dart to save his job, I guess, but nah, bro, it's fake. I think it's really fake with him. I don't think he's a good coach.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. What it's looking like at this point.
So last week you guys were like, I don't know about the Lions. Well, after that game last night, well, what are you thinking now?
I mean, listen, David Montgomery, appreciate you for your services. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I appreciate you for your services. Listen, the way that they ran that ball versus Baltimore, and everybody's like, oh, there was players injured, all this stuff, right? In Baltimore, they got the blackout jerseys. Everybody's like, oh, it's the Ravens' time. They have to swing back. They beat Detroit 38-6. The fact that they went in there and dominated like that was different. And again, testament to Lamar for getting sacked 7 times and still being able to put up 30 points. Shout out to him for that. But yeah, we'll get to that in a second. I do think that Detroit, it's just a different energy and vibe over there, man. And shout out to the defensive coordinator, Calvin Shepard, for coming up with a good game plan. I mean, Aiden Hutchinson, what a game. What a game. I mean, and Derrick Henry looking it's not looking good for him. He's definitely looking a little washed because everyone's like, well, the big plays he makes, all this stuff. Okay, this is the first time in the Lamar Jackson era where the Ravens haven't rushed for 100 yards in back-to-back games.
Yeah, that's crazy, yeah.
Like that, like in the, 7 years he's been a quarterback for that. Actually, no, 8 years he's been a quarterback for that team. They didn't, in back-to-back games, they haven't rushed for 100 yards. That's very concerning. On top of that, the way that defense is played, like, first off, letting Cleveland get 17 on you, that made me look at you like, all right. I don't know if that's a good performance. That's not great.
Okay.
But when Detroit pulled up, and again, it was the running game the whole time, and Jared Goff just making key throws. And that 4th and 2 call, like Dan Campbell, see, that's a coach I want. I'm sorry, I need a coach. That time bravery. That time, like, look, we're gonna take this risk. It's gonna work. And it always seems to pay off for the Lions. So I'm really excited for them this season. And Green Bay might have just had like a good matchup because the guards weren't ready. They didn't feel like they were up to par yet. And again, Michael Parsons being there, the whole arrival and it being in Lambeau. I definitely want to see how it is later in the season now. But Detroit, they showed me something yesterday. And listen, they're still a contender in the NFC. Everybody was like, after the Packers, like, oh, let's crown the Packers only, then the Packers lose to the Browns. It's like, all right, let's
Yeah.
watch who we crown too early, because you don't remember when we did it out with the Saints last year. Let's wait. Full season plays out before we crown somebody a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, you did do that last year with the Saints. So yeah,
Wait, no. You're not gonna say I was the only one on that bandwagon last year. That was a whole segment that we had. Like, are the Saints going to the Super Bowl? And then we all were in agreement. Like,
I know that was bad. They looked good the first 2 weeks though, man. That was one of the biggest collapses ever. Like, good gracious, that was crazy. They were putting up like 50 a game.
Yeah,
that was
because they played us. They played us before Bryce remembered who he was. So
that was wild. But yeah, Detroit rolled up in there, man. Like 8 Mile movie, man. They came up in the lowrider, and man, man, they went up in there and punked them, man. They did that straight up Detroit style. Like, they had the swag. Campbell had the T-shirt on. Again, the big 4th and 2 at midfield. Amon-Ra, and all his swag. Just everybody, man, the way they ran the ball. But shout out to the GM. I mean, the GM of the Lions has made every single correct move over the last several years. I mean, building that roster the way that it is, they pay the right people. And they let go of the right people at the right time, right? They're not doing a Kansas City Chiefs and holding on to people too long and getting sentimental and doing all that. Right. Everybody thought they were crazy when they let Swift go, the running back, and then they had the other back too, because they had 2 backs. I can't remember who the other back was. They let both of them go and brought in Montgomery and drafted Gibbs. Right. And that was great from you got better players and cheaper players. It's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? That was amazing. And then the O-line, all I heard about was that they lost, people on the O-line. Didn't really realize who they put on the O-line. You know what I mean? So it looks like now after a couple of weeks, they're just as good, but yet probably got, they've got their finances in order there. So they can continue to sustain greatness, year after year now. So, hey, with the coordinators, lost both coordinators, that looked bad. But man, you look at what they've done last few weeks. Now again, Bears. So we got to take that with a grain of salt. But went into Baltimore and did their thing there. Yeah. So man, it's looking really good. And what I love about it now is that they will, for the whole season, have that chip on their shoulder, because that's what they need. Because they were hurt. They lost a ton of people on defense, yes, but they still choked a little bit in that divisional. I think it was divisional game.
Yeah, it was divisional because they were the 1 seed.
Where they lost or whatever, but they were the favorite for the first time, and it was so much pressure and whatnot. And even when they were losing, it's like, man, what's happening? We're supposed to win this game. And think really everyone's better when you're the underdog. So now having that chip, they're probably going to have to be on the road in the playoffs, at least in the last year. I hope they at least get one home playoff game, because if they get one home playoff game, I'm gonna really try to go to that thing for real. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, they look good. Hope they get a home playoff game. It looks like they'll probably have to do it on the road, but they're looking. I like how it's a long season. It's really health is what it's going to come down to, I think, at this point. Amon-Ra has been very healthy, takes care of himself well. Hopefully there's nothing fluky, knock on wood for him.
I'll knock on wood for you.
Yes, you've got to hit Hutch, Gibbs, the quarterback, Goff, and Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra. So like those are your 5 key guys. They have those 5 healthy going into the playoffs. They've got just as good a shot as anybody. You could probably even say they should be the favorite. So that's, if they can go in with at least that core healthy, they'll be in great shape. Again, Dan Campbell doing his thing and whatnot. So yeah. Nothing but great things to say about Detroit.
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah. On your lines real quick, please.
Yeah. Okay. So the first game, obviously, like they're trying to get used to it. They didn't win like preseason games, obviously. So they're still trying to get back into it. First game, of course, like it's against the Packers, right? Like, of course. And obviously one team's going to lose, and it had to be Lions because they're still trying to get used to it. Week 2, I know it's like the Bears, whatever, right? But still, they did really good. And it goes to show this week against the Ravens that they can do it. It was a back and forth game, but in the end, the better team won. And you know what? Aiden Hutchinson, amazing. And they sacked Lamar 7 times in one game, guys. One game.
Crazy.
Yeah. So it really just shows how good they are. Even last year, without their defense, they made it really far. So it just shows now that they're healthy again, it's just wait, guys. Just wait. I'm calling it again. Super Bowl.
Now that like the color being blue in the Super Bowl logo, that's scaring me a little now. I'm like, hold on now. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see if this is true for real.
I've been a Lions fan since I was a wee little thing, and so I'm very happy that it's like finally. I was excited with the Cardinals 1 year too, and then since then it's been so at least I have one team that's good, but the Cardinals aren't bad right now, so I'm also happy. So I'm like up here, like with both of them. I'm very happy right now.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. And to go back to two things as far as the Ravens go, with Lamar, did not like his body language at all. And this is from early on in the game, like not just at the end after 6th and 7th sack, but just everything. Whenever it was a bad play, like snapping his chin straps and frustrated, and he just looked out of sorts the whole game. I didn't really like the body language from him that whole time. I'd rather see more. Rather see more swag when things go wrong. Like he's cool after the game, if they lose and whatnot. But I want to see that same cool demeanor during the game when things are going wrong. And I'm just not seeing that from Lamar. So that is concerning. And then as far as Derrick Henry goes, I don't think he's washed. I think at least the fumble in the first game and the third game, I don't remember the second game one, but the other two were very fluky. Like in the game last night, the guy was behind him. He didn't see him. It was a punch. The dude was behind. He wasn't even expecting. He was bracing for the guy that was in front of him and was about to make a move and didn't even see the guy behind him. So it's like, I think he'll definitely be fine. I mean, he had that great run early on in the game, didn't do anything after that, but I'm not concerned about Derrick Henry. Now he did crash out at the end and like almost fall on the bench. Yeah. That was pretty funny. That was actually funny. But I think he'll get it. He's a vet. He'll get himself together. He's still got the speed. He's still a beast. I think Derrick Henry will be fine. So I wouldn't say he's washed.
My last thing with Lamar Jackson is, as much of a fan of him as I am, I'm honest, when he has this moment, right, where he's like, I have to throw us out of this, right? Instead of having that like, hey, I'm the most athletic quarterback to ever do this. I can run us out of this potentially because this is still a close game and I'm him. Like he forgets that sometimes. And like, it reminded me of the Chiefs game, right? Where he's like holding on to the ball way too long. Because again, sometimes it's like coverage sacks. And with Lamar, it's like a coverage sack really shouldn't be a thing because you're you, right? Like you have the option of just like, hey, I can take off and make sure I can make the play. And the thing about the Lions is when he tried to, there was still times where they were getting sacks on him. And that was, that's what concerns me about Lamar is sometimes in the moment he's like, I have to be the hero with my arm. And it's like, Lamar, just win. Like there's a point where it's like, okay, you've done enough. Your defense is helping you. You just got to go to, I just have to put the team on my back. Because Josh Allen, he has that. Joe Burrow, he has that. Mahomes, we've seen key scrambles to win games throughout his entire career in the playoffs. So my thing with Lamar is sometimes in that moment, it's like, I can throw us out of this. It's like, we get it. You improved as a passer. You're him. Let's try to save the team now because they're not helping you at all.
Yeah.
And the common denominator with all those quarterbacks that you mentioned is that they have coaches that are no pushovers and that will get in their butts. And Lamar doesn't have that.
Not at all.
John Harbaugh's patting on the back. Everything's going to be okay. And Lamar needs some tough love, man. He needs a tough coach. And I'm never gonna be one to get up here and talk about someone should be fired or whatever. But I think I think there are better fits for Lamar at this point. Now, there are not many quarterbacks. There are not many coaches that would have been better for Lamar his first several years in the league. John Harbaugh believed in him, and there's not many quarterbacks that would have stuck by him to let him develop to where he is now. So two things could be true. I think John Harbaugh was the perfect quarterback for Lamar up to this point. But for Lamar going forward, I think he needs somebody that has a different approach that's going to give him that edge, because right now he just doesn't have the right temperament.
One thing about Andy Reid is he gonna get in somebody's face. Like
shout out Andy Reid.
Shout out Andy
Reid. He bumped Kelsey and went up to Kelsey.
Man, Big Red always. I've always been a big supporter of him, man. That's quality coach over there.
That was gangster, because he didn't forget how Kelsey did him in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. So it's like, nah, dude, we on national television. I'm gonna give it right back to him. I love that. Love it. And Kelsey, he wore a regular suit this past game, so I like that. I like that. It still didn't help, but I like the approach.
Yeah. All right. And now, do you guys think that the NFC goes through the Eagles, or not anymore?
I don't think anymore because of how close these games have been. But I'm not gonna lie, Jalen Hurts, just play like how you played the second half the rest of the season, and you guys are going back to back, because that was a masterclass from him in the second half. Right? We're not going to talk about the fact that he had 17 yards at the halftime. And I was like, this is why I benched you. I didn't believe in you. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait, we have A.J. Brown. We have Devontae Smith. Let's see what they can do. And, of course, the offense starts moving the ball. They start making bigger plays. They get the touchdowns, all this stuff, right? And then on top of that, the defense making key stops, forcing all those field goals, blocking the field goals. And, again, Jordan Davis with an all-time big man touchdown, because that's, again, one of the greatest things you'll ever see in football is a big man touchdown. And I'm sorry, there's no way a 330-pound man should be moving that fast. I'm so serious. That was a crazy way to end that game. And I was like, oh, he blocked it either way. So I was like, oh, the game's over. That's how I keep running. I was just like cheering. It was a good moment. Yeah. But Philly, I really think that the Rams, I don't know what happened in that second half. Like, they were dominating, and all of a sudden, it's just they couldn't – the key downs, they just couldn't get it, right? And, yeah, Philly, listen, I don't know what was said to the offensive coordinator. If it was Jalen Hurts just like being like, look, I'm in takeover mode now. Hey, I got this. Let me call the plays because we're not doing it. I don't know if it's like a Willie Beeman thing or something, but that's what it looked like for real, because that was crazy. So shout out to the Eagles. I don't think it goes through the Eagles because of how well the Rams played throughout the game, and they were a field goal away from winning it, right? Yeah. But it does feel like, okay, there's a clear hierarchy between them, the Packers, and the Rams, if, they figure out how to – like, I don't know what the kicker was doing that last kick. Like, it didn't look like he put anything into it.
The last two got blocked. I mean, you make either one of those kicks, they win.
Yeah, because I was looking at how he kicked it. I was like, did he believe in himself? Like, it just didn't look like he – No, I'm being serious. I remember watching. I was like, is he like – oh, he does realize this is like the game winner. Like, this is like for them to win the game. It just didn't look like – I don't know. How do you feel about the Eagles, Derek?
Yeah, I'm not, Did you watch Is this before your time, Beverly Hills Cop?
Yes, but I have seen Beverly Hills. This is before my time. I have seen Beverly Hills Cop.
You've seen it. Okay, so you remember the famous saying by Eddie Murphy in that movie? Not gonna fall for the banana. Not gonna fall for the banana in the tailpipe.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah. I'm not falling for that. They had the comeback. That was cool and whatnot. But this just made me believe in my Super Bowl pick as far as the team to get to the Super Bowl and the Rams. This made me believe in the Rams even more. You know, dominated majority of that game. They're still working out, you know, some of the timing and chemistry with, you know, Devontae Adams. Had to connected with them on that one long pass and then couldn't really get anything after that. But yeah, I think the Rams, they play again. I think the Rams get them. I think they definitely get them. I love what I'm seeing for them. You know, tough environment. You know, kudos to Philly. They started throwing the ball. They actually got a few passes to AJ and whatnot. Yeah. But nah, I don't see them. I don't see them repeat. I don't see them beating the Lions the way the Lions are. I don't see them beating the Rams the way the Rams are. Packers, they could probably beat the Packers because I don't fully believe in Jordan Love. But I think either one of those other teams, I think they, you know, yeah, think they.
My thing is, if it's Lions Rams again in the NFC Championship, where ooh, it is in Detroit, I'm just man, because first off, that wild card game that when they won their first playoff game in 30-some years, that was electric. Man. Like that was
if that happens, even though I picked the Rams to go to the Super Bowl, I will be pulling for the line. I will be pulling to be wrong. If that matchup happens, I will happily be wrong on that one. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yes, we will.
I hope the Lions go to the Super Bowl. All right. So now let's talk about fantasy and the Panthers. Let's see.
All right. So I don't know how we win a game where Atlanta is beating us in every statistical category, other than our defense remembering, oh wait, we have a job to do. And that job they do, they definitely did. I am shocked. I saw the score. I was like, once we got up like 10-0, I was like, oh, we're going to blow this, right? And then I saw like 17. I was like, wait, hold on. So what's going to happen here? Then the field goal. And then I was on break. And then I see like the pick six. It was what should have been a pick six and wasn't. I kind of was just like, why did you stop running straight? So that irritated me even more because I was like, we could have scored more, right? It's always going to be a divisional opponent, especially Atlanta. Yeah, Falcons fans they talk a little spicy, gets a little crazy. Like act like they won something. I'm like, hold on now, y'all still in the same podium as us. So y'all got to do too much talking. I think that we made Michael Penix look like a shell of himself. I don't know. I really now they're like the Carolina Reaper thing is starting again because the wide receiver coach got fired. Zach Robinson's now having to come down from the booth. So hey, Bryce, let's do Carolina Reaper for a full season. Let's see what we can have. Let's see what can happen here because that was a good win. You know, because anytime the Panthers win during these terrible seasons, it's always good. You know, it always feels a little good.
It's good. It's good for the NFL. You know, when the Panthers are good, it's like the Giants, Cowboys, Packers. You know, Panthers. Yeah, when the Panthers are good, the NFL is just at a whole nother level. You know?
It's like that Will Ferrell thing. Wait, I don't know what movie it is, but he's like, I don't know what to do with my hands. That's really what it was. Funny. I was like, bro, he actually shut out an opponent. Like this feels cool.
That's when your team wins.
How did Diego feel? I need to ask you that, man. How was Diego,
man? Yeah, he was clearly hype, as you could imagine. I think a little bit, honestly, in shock. You know, even though he said they would be back by week 3, but still, nobody could have thought that they would win 30-0. Like, I don't care how big of a Carolina Panther fan you are, nobody saw that coming. So, it was good. It was good. Little unbelievable, and now kind of waiting for next week to see what happens. I mean, Bryce seems to always play well against the Falcons for whatever reason, but there may be some jobs in jeopardy with that. So the Falcons coach is in trouble. Let's say I think they're probably gonna have to make the playoffs this year in order for him to most likely keep his job, because he wasn't the first choice anyway. And for them to miss last year and then have that law, they're gonna have to they're gonna have a big turnaround. They're probably gonna have to sweep the Bucks or something, in order to keep him around. So
with the way Tampa's playing, I don't know. And Tampa, like, they're that team that kind of scares me, man. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I know we were talking about all those other good teams in the NFC. Tampa, I'm like, hold on now. They are sneaky. I feel like they could have like a magic run because of how Baker plays. And their rookie receiver, Emeka Buka, I mean, Mike Evans being out hurt, right? But I think that, I don't know, like the rest of the receivers, once Chris Godwin gets back healthy, once Mike Evans returns, they're winning these games down to the wire. So they're already in that mode of like, look, they're already in a do or die mode. So come playoff time, they're gonna have that experience. So they scare me, and everybody's like, oh well, it's the Bucks. They're like the perpetual like 10-7, 9-8. It's like, yeah, but they are always sneaky good. So when they play Philly this week, that'll definitely I'll definitely be excited to see how that one turns out.
Yes.
Who do you think wins that game between the Bucks and the Eagles? Because that's in Tampa, right?
It's in Tampa, but Mike Evans isn't healthy, so that's why I would go with Philly. But I'm not gonna lie. If it's the fourth quarter and Baker has the ball, I would say Tampa. But because Mike Evans isn't there, I'm saying the Eagles. But yeah, fourth quarter Baker this year. He's another guy. Like, if there's a podium for MVP, I would have Allen, Herbert, and Baker like as my three this year, because Baker, he's been showing up consistently, showing out.
Yeah, he's doing good on my fantasy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your other one. Yeah. And we won't mention the one this week, we won't just the North remembers. The North remembers.
It's okay.
Hey, Derek's 22, so hey, listen, we can laugh at Derek now.
Hey,
so,
like Derek says, it doesn't matter till playoffs.
Playoffs, man. Wake me. I'm in the
also, does anybody want to do trades for a receiver? Because Derek, you need a little help over there. You guys injured.
Ever see who's injured?
I thought CD was injured. I thought he was on your team.
Oh man, that's Diego, man. I don't
have
that's
CD. Diego. See, I was getting confused. All right. So
nope. I believe I have Amon Ra. I'm in so many leagues, I'm getting them confused. I know I have Amon Ra in a few different leagues, so I'm not sure if I have him in. No, I don't, because Derrick Henry was my only player last night, so I don't have Amon Ra in this league. I don't know who my receivers are in this league. Let me check and see.
And my other fantasy team with my family and friends, my team sucks. Everyone's like hurt, and of course I got Rice, and he's suspended until the 19th of October. Now I'm like, do I drop him? I don't know what to do. I feel like that's probably a smart thing to do.
Rashid, right? Oh, you talking about? Nah, I would hold on to him.
Yeah, hold on to Rashid, right? Listen.
Yeah,
Kansas City
I might trade you for him.
That's on my mom's team. So so I don't even have them on our.
Okay. I'm about to say, no, my receivers in our league is Tyreek. I've got Metcalf and I've got Pickens, which Pickens is a good one to have right now with CD out, and then I've got Shakir from the Bills. I got Jake Reed, who's out right now, IR. So I make a few moves. I'm in some discussions right now.
Okay, you're in discussion.
You might see something come over the wire, and might make one of those Lakers trades.
Wow.
Right. During the right before the playoffs, pick up somebody. We might get somebody in a buyout. Comes, somebody that somebody that wants to get a ring. We'll probably get somebody in a buyout wants to come join the champion.
Funnily enough, I was just thinking about this, even though we're not going to the NBA stuff, that's going to start more next month. But, y'all, I just remembered the thing about the Lakers is the trades never work the first couple years. Doesn't work the first year. Doesn't. It takes some time. It takes some time to marinate. Like it's happened in our history. Magic and Kareem, that it didn't start out great. Kobe and Shaq definitely didn't start out great. LeBron definitely didn't start out great. LeBron and AD, you feel me? So hey, you showed the history. You gotta let it marinate. You gotta take the time. And who knows? Who knows?
All I know is everyone keeps wanting to get Zay Flowers or Drake London off my team, but I don't know if I want to trade them because if people want them, obviously I should keep them.
You should. Listen, I might need you to come up off Zay Flowers real quick. Now, like, could I interest you in Keenan Allen?
For who?
Keenan Allen.
No, like for me, like who did you want?
No, I wouldn't say Flowers. You give me Keenan. I give you Keenan Allen. You get.
Oh, I've never really traded before, so I don't know.
We'll see.
I definitely.
One NBA related topic. One thing I do want to bring up is me and Diego were tripping on this in the car today on the way to school. Man, I think there's a KD curse.
Ooh. Hold on.
I think there's a KD curse, man. Because wherever he goes, there's some injuries that pop off.
Yeah.
With Van Vliet tearing his ACL already with Houston.
Wait.
I think that's the KD curse, man. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. He cannot catch a break.
And what's very concerning is like they gotta hope that Almond Thompson or Reed Shepherd is like their point guard. Like that's in the West. Like it's I don't know, man. I'm very scared for that Rockets team. They were my sleeper because of like them being the 2 seed and them adding KD, but them losing that veteran point guard in Van Vliet, that's concerning. So I don't know. Now you would be surprised on who I have winning the championship this year, and as a Lakers fan. So real quick, way too early championship pick for the finals. I'm picking the Nuggets, and I know that's crazy. I know for me,
I'm not mad at that.
That's crazy. However, I've seen who they've signed, who they let go, which, Michael Porter Jr., as we've seen. Not that, Cameron Johnson really does what he does, but a little bit better. Plus, he plays defense. So, there's some good signings. And again, Jokic, they literally took one of the best statistical teams we've ever seen, 7, with maybe like a 7-game rotation. Like that's very scary. So my early pick to win it all is the Nuggets. I'm not gonna lie, because Jokic is coming out for revenge, because even with all the MVP stuff last year, I think they're gonna swing back this year. And because again, the parity of the NBA, I'm not thinking there's gonna be a repeat champion. I'm not believing it until I see, because it's been 7 straight years. And the team best equipped in the West, because the East doesn't have like a team that I think is better than the Nuggets, I think the Nuggets are going to
win. Nuggets, okay. You're not going with the Pacers?
You love being funny. You've been a very funny guy the whole show, man.
He's always funny. What do you mean?
No, he always is, but just extra bit of comedy. This show. Good Lord.
I couldn't help myself with that one.
No. Trust. No, I would too. Trust. I am the petty king. Like my friends know. Listen. I give it as well as I can take it. I'm not gonna lie. That's bad.
Oh man.
You got me this episode.
I would what about you, Bree? You got it way too early?
No. But in the back of my mind, obviously, I want the Suns, but that's not going to happen, obviously. But that's what I wish. But like for logical, not yet. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's way too early, because I have to see again, like how I said with the Super Bowl. I got to see how the teams are.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, I forget. I had some. I'd probably say OKC repeat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if I had to say right now, I would go with that. But yeah, I might change when the season actually starts. You make it, I might go a different route. But
you're definitely gonna change your mind, both of you.
Yeah, but if I had to say right now, I would say repeat, just because again they're a defensive team. So that travels, that's always going to be there. And the fact that, we forget Jay Will had a really serious injury for like the second half of the playoffs, and they still were able to pull it out. So you got a healthy, Jay Will, the second option, because he had surgery. He ended up having surgery on that wrist. Yeah. So now, we bring that.
The finals off the broken wrist too.
Yes.
Damn.
It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh,
yeah. So
I
would
to actually have a competently built team that like has a superstar, but they like surround him with good pieces. What a concept! What a concept!
And if Chet can take that next step, oh my gosh, man! Because you see flashes from him, every game you see little flashes, but yeah.
I think really the defensive end is what helped win them the series, and then the offense. It's like the flashes, of course, but yeah, Shea though. Listen, if we're talking like best player in the world, for me, it's between him, Jokic, and Giannis. For me, I can't say which one's the best. Everyone's like, but the free throws. I'm like, look, that's a skill. And the entire finals, he was like, look, I'm the guy. So it was never like he was playing second fiddle to anybody. So it was like Jay was like, look, this is my time. I gotta prove this. So I'm very excited to see what the season's going to be. The NBA on Amazon Prime too. That's gonna be interesting. Them 11 o'clock start times as an East Coast fan. As an East Coast fan of a West Coast team. That is rough. That is rough.
Now I know we gotta drop one quick thing before we go, and then we definitely gotta drop 30 seconds. But WNBA, Bree, Mercury, we're doing their thing. They're in the semifinal. So we'll see what happens. I think it's down to the Mercury, Indiana Fever, the Lynx, Minnesota Lynx, and I forget who the fourth team is. I'm forgetting somebody.
Yeah.
Who's that?
The Aces, or am I tripping?
Did they get 11? Are they? I can't.
The Aces.
Maybe it is the Aces. Okay, the Aces. Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's down to those.
The Mercury right now are playing, and it's end of quarter 3. And 54-62.
Okay.
Yikes.
All right. Yep. So yeah, WNBA finals. We'll see what happens there, but it's cool to see Phoenix being good. So, yeah, for sure. All right. Well, I think we're at our time. All right. We'll see y'all next time. Thanks for watching episode 4.
Tavares Jordan.